Alex, I walked into the shop this morning, and the first thing I did was knock a half-full container of wood glue onto the floor.
Starting the day with a literal bang, or more of a sticky thud?
It was a very quiet, very permanent thud. And here's what I wish someone had told me 10 years ago. Wood glue doesn't just stick to wood. It has a magnetic attraction to the one pair of boots you actually like. Let's just say I paid tuition on that lesson today.
Well, at least you're grounded. Literally. But hey, we've got a lot to get through today. It's Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, and the TigerDen Daily is looking surprisingly high-tech for a guy who just glued himself to the floor. We're talking 3D printing IP, electrical careers, and how to stop pricing your crafts. What was the phrase? Based on vibes?
Guilty as charged. I've priced many a birdhouse based on how much I like the person buying it. Not a great business model. But first, let's talk about the tech side. Additive manufacturing is moving so fast, I can barely keep my nozzles clean. If you're into making, you've got to be on all 3DP. It's basically the maker's encyclopedia now. 3D scanning, CNC, even single board computers. The stuff they cover is incredible. But here's the thing, nobody tells you. It's not just about the plastic anymore. It's about the pixels. Specifically, who owns them.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about the Maker World copyright thing? I saw that. They're basically offering to be your IP bodyguard if you play exclusively in their backyard.
Exactly. Maker World is rolling out this centralized IP enforcement. Basically, if you design a really clever functional print, say a specialized bracket for a vintage motorcycle, they'll go to bat for you if someone tries to steal the file. The catch? You have to keep it exclusive to them.
It's a bit of a deal with the devil if you're a creator, isn't it? We'll protect you, but you can't sell your soul anywhere else. Hanster stomsiger anselpresam undirsteichal.
That's the part they leave out of the YouTube tutorials. It's great for the hobbyist who wants peace of mind. But for a pro, you have to weigh that protection against your reach. I've seen guys lose their minds when their designs show up on bargain sites for $2. Learned that one the hard way with a custom chisel rack design I posted back in 24. Saw it rebranded on 6 different sites within a week.
Okay, moving from the digital world to the very if you touch this, you might die world. Let's talk about the electrical trades.
My favorite brothers and sisters in the trades? Look, if you're listening and you're looking for a career that's basically recession-proof, electrical is it. But it's a tough community to break into if you don't know where to look.
You mentioned electrician talk. I took a look at that forum. Man, they do not suffer fools over there.
Oh, absolutely not. It is a pros-only zone. If you go in there asking how to wire a light switch, and you clearly haven't read a manual, they will eat you alive. But if you have a legit code question or a nightmare pull through 100 feet of conduit, that's where the real talk happens. What the old-timers know but don't share with the general public is all buried in those threads.
And for the people who want to move up, not just pulling wire, but running the show.
That's where EC Mag, Electrical Contractor Magazine, comes in. That's for the safety leadership and the line contractors. If you want to stop working in the trade and start leading the trade, you need to understand the macro stuff. Safety protocols, upcoming legislation, the boring stuff that actually makes you the boss.
Is this you admitting you want to be an electrician? Because I've seen your cable management under your desk, Tiger. It's a tragedy.
Don't ask me how I figured this out, but zip ties are not a substitute for a junction box. Let's just move on.
Let's talk money. Maker Mogul Corner. You mentioned pricing on vibes earlier. I feel like that's the #1 killer of most small shops.
It really is. People think, oh, this piece of scrap was free and I spent an hour on it, so $20 is pure profit. No, it isn't. What they don't put in the manual is that you need to account for the sandpaper, the electricity, the wear on your blades, and this is the big one, the time you spent sweeping the floor afterwards.
So, the COGS, cost of goods sold, calculator. Why is 2026 the year we finally stop guessing?
Because the margin for error is thinner. We're seeing a shift. People don't want clutter anymore. The 2026 market is dominating in 7 key categories that solve problems. Think modular organization, ergonomic home office gear, sustainable kitchenware. If you're making something that just collects dust, you're going to struggle. But if you're solving a problem, you can name your price, provided you actually know what it cost you to make it.
Okay, but what about when you're just starting? You don't have a fancy calculator. You just have a notebook and some sawdust in your coffee.
Then use the materials plus labor plus overhead formula. And then And this is the part nobody warns you about. You have to multiply that by your markup. Most makers forget the markup. They just cover their costs and wonder why they can't afford a new table saw when the old one gives up the ghost.
Speaking of table saws and gear, let's talk shop upgrades. Everyone wants the dream workshop, but most of us are working in a garage next to a mountain of Christmas decorations and a lawnmower.
You're describing my first 3 years. Here's what I wish someone had told me. A dream shop isn't about the color of the cabinets or having every tool in the catalog. It's about workflow.
The toolbox method. Explain that to me for the garage gym folks.
It's modularity. Whether you're building a gym or a wood shop, you build it in units. Don't try to renovate the whole 400 square feet at once. Build one perfect workstation, then build a modular storage unit. If it's for a gym, you're looking at a high-performance footprint that can be packed away. It's about treating your space like a tool instead of a storage unit.
And those annual fixes. You said there are 4 common failures that halt production.
Oh man. Number 1 is always dust collection. We all ignore it until we're coughing up sawdust for 3 days. Number 2 is lighting. You can't build what you can't see. Number 3 is tool calibration. Your square isn't square anymore, and you're wondering why your joints don't fit. And number 4, it's the I'll fix it next week pile. That pile of scraps and broken jigs that eventually becomes a physical barricade to your creativity.
I feel attacked. My fix it next week pile has its own zip code.
Nobody warns you, but that pile will kill your spirit faster than a bad Yelp review. Spend one Saturday a year, just one, clearing the ghosts out of your shop. You'll feel 10 pounds lighter.
So, what's the big takeaway for today, Tiger? Between the IP protection for our 3D prints and the no-vibe pricing?
I think it's that the TigerDen way isn't just about making things. It's about the professionalization of our passions. Whether you're an apprentice electrician or a hobbyist woodworker, there's a level of respect you have to give the craft.
Respecting the process, so the process respects you.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to use the tools, the digital ones, the financial ones, and the oily ones. And for heaven's sake, if you drop wood glue on the floor, grab a rag before you step in it.
Stay gritty, stay creative. Wine Sainer in arm. We'll see you in the shop tomorrow.
And keep your fingers away from the blade. Seriously, ask me how I know.